Hello and welcome everybody. I am showing you my list of things that I wanted to do this Saturday, and I got a lot of it done, but a lot of the bigger tasks did not get done. So we're going to start off with emptying out my sink. I have already cleaned the litter boxes, did a deep clean of the litter boxes because it was trash day and I wanted to get all the litter in the boxes out into the trash can. So now I'm just cleaning up the scoops and I'll be putting those into the dishwasher so that they can be sanitized here once I actually do the dishes. And then we will move on to cleaning the litter Genies, which is the little trash cans I use to collect the litter during the week. I don't think I've actually done a full thorough deep clean of either of them since I've purchased them, so it was time to do a full deep clean of them because they can get a bit nasty, especially when you're dealing with litter. And I also wanted to disinfect them just because, it's litter. It's litter. Enough said there. And then we'll move on to cleaning my kitchen trash can, which I was supposed to do last week, but I forgot to do it last week. So we're going to do it this week. And then we also move on to steam cleaning or deep cleaning my throw rugs that I have for the back and front entries. The one that I put in front of my shower stall, and then the one that I have right around the kitchen sink area. So I'm going to pull out my deep carpet cleaner, whatever you want to call it, the carpet cleaner, and clean those and put them outside to dry because this Saturday a cold front was coming through, so the wind was blowing like you wouldn't believe out there. So even though there was a cold front coming and I put wet rugs out there, I wanted to get them to air dry at least, so I threw them over the fence outside. You'll see that later. And then I also, after that, I hung some curtains. So I've been meaning to put curtain rods up along the back entry wall, and that's pretty much where the video will end this week because I ended up getting defeated by these curtains, and one specifically, and I basically just kind of shut down for the weekend. And normally I'm not like that, but it's also last week with the booster shot vaccine and not feeling well from that, and then the tornadoes that happened last week. I needed a break, and that's what I ended up doing on Sunday. I just basically sat in front of the TV and watched TV all day, and there are days that you just need to do that, and unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to actually clean the rest of the house. So I'm just going to share with you what I was able to do this weekend, and hopefully you enjoy it and you understand that, there are just some times where you don't want to clean. And that was my weekend. I started off doing a lot, and then I got tired and just wanted to sleep. So out of the list of things that I was not able to do, I did not polish my kitchen floor or the back entry floor, so the wood floors. I did not spot clean the carpets, like the actual carpets that are installed onto the floor. I did not put up my Valentine's decor. I did not clean the water filter, and I did not do zone 2, the weekly reset of the house. I did not fold my laundry, and I did not change my air vent filters until this morning. So I have changed those as of today. But I was able to get a lot of things done. It's just not, like I said, I did not actually clean the house, and I keep harping on myself that I wasn't able to do it. But, sometimes in these instances, you just have to let it go. But I can't because I didn't do what I was supposed to do, what I was planning to do, but I didn't feel like it. So I have that war going on in my head. I feel like I should be cleaning the house right now, even though I'm working, and I really shouldn't be doing that while I'm working. But I am also having that war saying it's all right to take a rest day. It is all right to take a rest day. So I ended up taking a rest day on Sunday, and I shouldn't be ashamed that I did that. So anyways, we'll get on with the cleaning, and I will show a close-up of what this rag looks like, and oh goodness, look at that. It hasn't been cleaned in a while, and honestly, I believe that is just dust from when I empty out the vacuum cleaners that collects on the top of the top of the trash can, basically, when it floats up into the air after I shut the lid. But it's been, I forget, maybe about 2-3 months since I've actually done a deep clean of the trash can. But when I actually went to dump it over, stuff just started falling out, and it ended up being sawdust. And I believe it is like pine litter, so litter made out of pine trees or pine sawdust. And here's a close-up of it. But yeah, so it was collected at the bottom of the like nooks and crannies of the bottom of the trash can, and when I dumped the trash can over, it just all came out. So we went ahead and cleaned that up and got rid of it. So we're gonna move on into steam cleaning the carpets here.
Try to move on from your life, so you stole my life with clarity. So hold me back, now you're here, 'cause I'm mad, show no fear. Wanna let you know just how it felt. Oh no, 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 no. Don't you think we're good? There's a way we could be. No, oh no, 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 no. I know the way you look at me, I know it too well.
So I'm using the Grove Collaborative Stain Remover on the carpets, and honestly it does an okay job on my regular laundry, but I'm not sure if it really worked on these carpets. And honestly, I don't think the carpet cleaner did a good job on cleaning the carpets either, but it did pull up a lot of dirt, as you'll see later when I dump out the water from the carpet cleaner. And I don't see some of the stains, and most of these stains are throw-up stains from the cats from when we had a lot of sick cats having, well, two of them throw up whenever they eat too much, and so the 14-year-old Fifi throws up when she has hairballs or when she eats too much or gets scared when she's eating. Binks throws up when he eats too much too fast, and then we had Sam and Jack, after they got their yearly vaccines, they ended up having allergic reactions and were throwing up everywhere. So we've cleaned the carpets from all of that, but now we have to clean the throw rugs that I just was putting off because it says to dry clean them, and I was like, no, let me go ahead and put them in my washer because I think they can fit in the washer. And then I decided, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to pull out the carpet cleaner and clean them this way. And these are like flat weave rugs, and they don't have any rubber backing on the back of them. It's fabric backing, and that's why I have the rubber mats underneath the rugs so that they don't slip and slide all over the wood floor. And I don't know if they're actually clean. I need to look at them a little bit better, but there's still some spots, but you know, at least the water came out looking satisfying for those of you that like watching dirty water from carpets. But it's like, I still honestly don't know if the carpets actually got cleaned. But after I do the soap and water solution on these, I did a water and vinegar solution. So I filled up the canister with water, and then I did a couple glugs of vinegar into the water on that. That's, you know, scientific terminology there, a glug. of so it's like 2 to 3 glug glugs when you're pouring the vinegar. So here I am rinsing the rugs out. So I've always done this. I guess it's because my mom has done this when I was a child, but first she would do the rugs and the carpets all with the soap and water solution, and then she'd go back over everything with water and vinegar solution to help soften and rinse out the soap from the carpets. So it does help soften the carpets, but it does extend the drying time on everything because you're basically hitting the carpets twice. If you don't go over certain spots, 15,000 times like I end up doing when I'm trying to clean up a certain spot. But yeah, so just be aware that when you do this, your dry time does double pretty much because you've hit the carpet or rug twice with a water solution. But it does make your carpets, especially if you have shag carpeting or regular carpeting, like I have the beige carpeting down on the ground. It's little bits of yarn that are up there, but it does help soften it and make it a lot more comfortable to walk on and not be as stiff as it is when it's just the soap and water solution.
Cause I don't believe you when you say that you miss me. Cause where are your actions to prove me you're different? When I say I need you and you head the direction that's leading away from me, baby. I don't believe you, no. I don't believe you, no.
Wasn't that water nasty? Anyways, we're going to start hanging up the rugs, and I want to point off behind the fence over there on that white, it's a printer table for an old printer, dot matrix printer, but I have a lily that is very, very confused. It shouldn't be blooming until like March, April, but this one always just blooms in December, January, and I mean, we're free, of course, we're having, hot, cold front, so it's very confused. And now I'm showing you my waiting party for me by the back door. Binks is hiding behind the door and he'll come out right here, and then there's Sam, and Jack, of course, was just sitting there waiting for me. So yes, my little waiting party, and Fifi is off somewhere else. So now we're going to move on to one of the meals that I cooked for this weekend, and I was going to have it for lunch, but it's tuna casserole, or we also can call it glop in our family. So basically the original or origins of glop came from my mom, and basically it's what she would do on Friday nights. She'd take all the leftovers out of the refrigerator and basically use the leftovers to make glop, and it was just everything thrown into a pot pretty much, and then added some type of protein. So in this case, I'm doing pasta, cream of mushroom soup, can of tuna, and then some mixed vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables. So I basically just am heating up the water, pouring in the pasta, and letting the pasta cook. And then once the pasta cooks for a while, I'll add the frozen vegetables in, and I think I added about half of the bag. I'm not measuring anything, I'm just going by sight. And then once those both cook up, I'm going to go and dump out some of the water, and then not all the water, just some of the water, and then I add the soup mix and then the tuna, and then I pour it all in there and then just kind of stir it, add salt and pepper to taste, and then I also added onion powder and garlic powder just to give it a little extra seasoning. And then once I'm done with that, mine is still a little soupy, but I'm okay with that. I added some Parmesan cheese to the top of it, and then I had a very delicious lunch. And as you can see, it's basically a one-pot meal and very easy to cook. The longest part is waiting for the pasta to cook, really, and then after that, it's just adding everything else in. So now we're moving on to hanging up the curtain rods, and I am pulling out everything. I believe I have already marked all of the spots, but we'll see. I may have deleted that footage by accident. And no, I'm pulling out my pencil. Okay, I'm gonna mark all the spots on where I wanted to put the holders. And I got a pole that is supposed to go across all 3 of these windows here, like it did previously. The previous one was a wood rod, and it kind of curved a little bit because it was so long. So I now am replacing it with a metal rod, and I am first trying to find studs and not finding studs, so then I'm going to get the anchors, and also trying to avoid electrical wires because there is electrical that runs behind that wall there. It's basically to the bookcase or the built-in desk there. And then this the one tool that I have hanging up there, that's the laser pointer. It is a stud and electrical sensor, but it is also a laser pointer, and there's a way that it has a little attachment that you can just puncture a hole into the wall where you have one of your holes, and then it's an auto level to where it levels across the wall. And as you can see, I'm going through marking things where the studs are at, and of course you see there's a light switch there. I'm trying to avoid the electrical that's running behind the wall there. And then we move over here, and I keep trying to find studs, and where there's supposed to be a stud, I can't find a stud. And that's the window I get defeated with. This one I'm okay with. I just grabbed the wrong box with the wrong size pull, so I had to go back and get the other box with the right size pull and bring it back out. But the curtains are hung on this back wall, and you'll see that a little bit later. I hope everybody has enjoyed this video. I am putting this in a little bit early. We still have a lot to go with these walls, and as you can tell, I'm getting very exhausted. My shoulder is starting to really hurt, and you'll see it in the next, when I move over to the next window where I get exhausted. But if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you are not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that way you are notified every single time I post a new video. I will check back with you guys a little bit later.
Goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots, thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, no, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, no, not yet, whoa. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, no, not yet.
And it was about at this point that I just got defeated with these stupid curtain rods. The first one, the very long one, I actually pulled the wrong curtain rod out. So it was still a long curtain rod, but it was not for that window. And I needed to go and open up the other box for that window. So there was that thing. And then this window right by the back entry, I kept running into what it was saying was electrical lines. So the sensors were not lighting up for electrical lines all up above around the window. I know that there's an outlet behind that window or underneath the window, and I know that the electrical wires are running along one of the studs. However, I could not find a stud. So that's why you kept seeing me using different sensors. Where I first started to actually screw in some anchors, it did not say that the sensors did not say that there was a stud there. But when I actually started screwing in the stuff, it felt like it was hitting a stud or something behind the wall, even though the sensor wasn't recognizing it. And then I tried to move I did a pilot drill hole a little bit closer to the window where there should be a stud, because, there's a window right there. The drill, once it got through the drywall, it just kind of sunk in. It didn't come against anything else behind the drywall. And then also the sensor saying that there was all electrical wires back there, I totally got paranoid and defeated, and I just said, screw it. And I wasn't going to put the curtain rods back up there. Now, I could probably use the same holes that I did previously. It's just that they will be a couple inches, the curtain rod will actually hang a couple inches shorter than on the other side with the 3 windows that we just did. So it's I could still do that because I didn't run across anything when I did those, and I can still see where the holes are at, because I honestly didn't do a very good job patching, because my thought was they'll be hiding behind curtains. So there's also that, or I could get a shade or something like that I can just put in the window and pull down, because obviously there's wood that's around the window, or you would assume that there is wood around the window, since the drywall has to be nailed in. It's not screwed in, it's nailed in to something around the window. But I'm almost at this point, I just want to open up that whole wall and just figure out where everything is running, because that whole electrical outlet thing, and the reason why I also got paranoid with it, a house down the street a couple weeks ago caught on fire. It was an electrical fire. So that doesn't help the paranoia and slight anxiety. So now, after all of this, I'm still running around the house. It's Monday. I'm still running around the house going, I think I smell something burning. There's not. It's for those of you like me that just overthink things constantly and have this type of paranoia or anxiety, it's quite unnerving, and it fills your time, and I wish I could just let it go. I can't, because I want my house. I don't want it to burn down. That's the thoughts that are going through my head. It's like, I need my house. I need my house. But that is where I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I did not clean. I didn't clean a lot. I didn't clean the house. And this was just how my weekend, my Saturday fell. I was going to clean. I was going to actually do zone cleaning and do a whole house cleaning with me. It just didn't work out that way because by that point I was just exhausted and tired and didn't want to do anything. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and I will be back next week with another cleaning video when I actually feel like doing a clean with me. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye everybody.